excited to have all of you here today. The Friends have been around since 1960. So for 62 years, we have worked very hard to raise money for our two beautiful libraries here in Costa Mesa. The Donald Dungan, which was redone a few years ago, and now, as you can see, it's a lovely place for families to go to. And also our little library over in Mesa Verde. Don't forget that one. At the Friends, we work very hard doing programs and projects and raising money for our libraries for their programs or projects or any kind of supplies they may need there in the library, and we want to be there for them. So thank you all for all of your support. And you may be wondering how all of this started. Well, there's Miss Donna Stapleton. She's the one that began the musical instruments over in Mesa Verde first. And now we have this beautiful, beautiful display before you. And Donna will tell you how we got here. But before I go, I want to present these flowers to Donna. She's been our wonderful membership and president of the Friends. And my job as the president of the Friends now is so easy, and it's because she has worked so hard. So Donna, those are for you, and tell us all about how the instruments started.
Okay, we're here this morning for the ribbon cutting of these wonderful outdoor musical instruments. I actually got the idea for these instruments when I was in Wisconsin visiting my sister. It's probably been about 5 years ago. Anyway, I love libraries, and wherever we travel, I go to the library to see what's going on in everybody's library. And so my sister took me to their little library in Cable, Wisconsin. I thought the population was about 1,000 people, but actually I looked it up, I Googled it last night, and it's 833 people. So it's a small little town. And the library they have is a one-room log cabin. It is so quaint and so cute. So as my sister and I were leaving, we went outside the library, and there were these outdoor musical instruments. And we thought, oh, well, this is cool. So we went over and started playing them, just, not musically, but just playing the instruments. And they had such beautiful tone. They were just wonderful. So as we were banging away, we noticed some kids standing off to the side waiting for us to leave. So when the old ladies moved out, then these probably 11 and 12-year-old kids moved in and started playing the instruments. It was obvious to us that they had been doing this for a long time and actually knew what they were doing and played music. It was beautiful. When I got back to California, I kept thinking about these instruments and thinking, how can we get those instruments at our libraries in Costa Mesa? So I brought it up to the Friends board and showed them the pictures that I had taken and then some videos from the Free Notes Harmony Park website. And everybody got so excited, and we thought, okay, this is what we want to do. But we didn't want to use any of the money that we raised to go to our libraries to do this extra thing. So we decided, okay, we got to raise some money, and none of us knew how to do that. So first thing we did, though, Bob Uten and I went to visit Katrina Foley, who's Supervisor Foley now, but was Mayor Foley at the time. Well, we showed her pictures, and we were pretty excited. Well, I think Katrina was more excited than we were. She just thought they were terrific. So with that, with her getting on board, things happened. So the cost for the Mesa Verde instruments was about $20,000. So we're going, okay. So we wrote for grants, and we wrote letters to pretty much everybody we could think of, including some businesses in Costa Mesa. So we started to get so excited. Our treasurer, Bronca Hubbard, would call me and say, "We got another check." And I'd say, "How much?" She'd say whatever it was, whether it was $5, $20, $100, or any check at all. We were thrilled. So then we got enough money. We got the 20,000, and we ordered the instruments. And the city, bless their hearts, they installed them for us, which really saved the Friends a lot of money. So that was really terrific. In 2019, we had the ribbon cutting for those instruments. So, never stopped there. We thought, oh my gosh, these are so well used and people are having so much fun playing the instruments. We got to do that at Dungan. So that's where it all began, and we started raising money. And Katrina, again, bless her heart, said, we have this arts grant. You might want to apply for that. I said, okay, we will. And it was the OC Arts grant, and through Supervisor Foley's office. And they awarded us $15,000. You can imagine how excited we were for that. We also had many, many donations from members of the Friends of the Library and other community members. And then in our quarterly newsletter, we wrote an article about, here we are, we're almost there, we almost have enough money. And we just said, how much more we needed. And another bless your heart to Mr. Richard Alexander, who a couple days later we got an email from him. He's a life member of the Friends. And he said, I want to write you a check for the rest of the money of what you need, which was a lot. And he said, I want to do this in memory of my wife who loved libraries. And we were beyond thrilled. We had the right amount of money, and so we ordered the instruments, these beautiful instruments, and we like them because they go with the modern architecture of the library, and they sound wonderful. And so that's kind of here we are today. The city again helped us immensely with designing where they were going to go and how they were going to go and installing them. So we are thrilled about that. So I think that's it for me. That's the history.
It is such a thrill to be able to be here today. And, I just love libraries. I'm an English major, and I spent a lot of time reading. And when we had the opportunity to be able to work together to build this library and to build this playground, I knew that we were doing something special for Costa Mesa and for all of Orange County, frankly. And to be able to now, as an Orange County supervisor, partner with Julie and her team for all of our Orange County libraries. It's so great because, Julie, guess what? We need to put these musical instruments in all of our libraries across Orange County. Guess what? Now we're going to be working on that too. One of my favorite roles as both a city council member, school board member, mayor, and now county supervisor is when people come to us and have great ideas or concerns about issues that they want us to help solve. Putting people together, connecting people with the right individuals and organizations who can get the job done is really something that I really enjoy. So, Donna, thank you for bringing this idea to our office. And the City of Costa Mesa, thank you for helping the entitlement process and getting the staff to build this little platform here. Of course, our Orange County Library staff, thank you so much for supporting us, bringing these amazing instruments that are, creative and something extra for kids. I see Arliss Reynolds is here, who's on our city council, and this is her district. And I remember when we were talking about the park and what we could do at the park, her idea was also to add things to the playground area that weren't just about climbing and jumping and playing, but would be creative. So I hope this is an addition that you support. Okay, so if we could have all the friends come up, I would love to be able to present this certificate. The board members, I know you all work tirelessly for our library and selling books and helping to support programs, and we're so grateful to all of you.
Hold that. Yeah, thank you.
I remember in 2017 when we voted on this whole library project, and then so we voted on it. We all got together at the golf course, the planning commission, and some of you were there. Charlene was on the Parks Commission at the time, I think. And then we broke ground, and we talked about how, I talked about how we put a lot of money into sports, which I think is great. I'm a big youth sports person, but to develop our intellectual resources here in Costa Mesa in partnership with the county is really quite something. And I must say that when we broke ground all the way back in 2017, I never really imagined that we would have what we have today. I couldn't imagine it. This beautiful library that has such a focus on children, this beautiful playground, the Norma Herzog Community Center, a lawn out there, a park where we could have our fish fry, have community events, and then again, this was before the 2019, maybe it was even before the trip to Wisconsin, right? 2017. When did you go to Wisconsin?
I went every year.
Okay, all right.
Hard to know which year.
That's one of my favorite stories. I remember it from 2019. That's a great story. Yeah. I had a similar thing. I went to Rosemead, California, and they have a water park there, and I said we need a water park in Costa Mesa. So it's gonna cost a little bit of money. Richard, I don't know how you feel about water parks, but anyway, it's really quite something to see this evolution over the many years and to realize that kids and adults, grandkids, parents are going to be bringing their children to play on these instruments for generations to come. After we're long gone, they'll be playing these instruments. We love our city, Costa Mesa. We love our children. We love our music. We're the city of the arts. We're the city of the greatest library in the county of Orange. I'm quite certain about that. And we have the very best friends of the library that any city has ever had. And we've had that since the Kennedy administration. So God bless the friends of the library. Arliss, did you want to say a few words? You want to say a few words?
Good morning, everyone. What a beautiful place and way to start the day. I just wanted to of course, agree with everything that's been said so far today, but just emphasize the collaboration that this project is. From the design of the library, right, our staff and all of the community engagement with library staff about how we create a facility that has really become the center of Costa Mesa. This park behind us is active until beyond when the sun goes down. Even they're allowed to be here, and that design, right, was a huge community effort. I know some of our staff members have said even their children came and gave ideas about the design of the park and the design of the library. Our friends, our community organizations coming in with ideas, bringing ideas from other locations. This is how beautiful ideas are created. And the collaborations between our city, our incredible staff, our libraries, our community organizations is what makes this city so great. And we learned that a couple years ago when COVID hit, right? That collaboration is the front lines of defense. We learned that our libraries are the center of social infrastructure in our cities. It was amazing what our library staff did to be able to provide services even when we had to keep the indoors closed. So thank you for your work, all of the volunteers at the Friends of the Costa Mesa Libraries. Thank you to our staff for persevering through many hard years to create this incredible space that's going to continue to evolve as we add new amenities. Thank you to all of our community leaders who reach out to the community all the time and encourage those ideas. And thanks to everyone who continues to enjoy this park. So happy to be here. This is my favorite place in Costa Mesa.
You just can't say enough about Katrina Foley, the supervisor, the former mayor, one of my dearest friends in the whole wide world, and helping with $15,000 for this is really extraordinary. So you always come with certificates, but you never get a certificate. So I brought a framed certificate for my friend Katrina Foley.
That's awesome. Okay, this is awesome because I just moved into the new building and now I can add a certificate to the wall.
And then finally, before we cut the ribbon, and we will cut the ribbon, Richard Alexander has been mentioned. Richard, thank you very much. We could not have done this without you. Thank you for your service for all these years to the Friends of the Library and for this touching donation on behalf of your wife, Charlotte. So let's move over this way.
Okay.
To get the mic.
Bet you're getting tired of hearing about me.
Thank you,
I
Richard.
will say there's probably a greater joy in giving than there is in receiving. We've heard a lot about receiving, but for me, this was a wonderful opportunity.